tonight in the Lehigh Valley Conference as this third-year circuit opens regular season play here tonight. TV2 Sports live at Emmaus High School, where the 2-0 Green Hornets host the 0-2 Golden Hawks of Bethlehem Catholic. Hello and welcome to Lehigh Valley Conference football. Mike Zambelli joined as always by Jim Wills for the call of tonight's game, and indeed in its third year this is the regular season. They'll play an 8-game regular season with the team with the best record obviously winning the championship, Jim, and as they've had to change their format throughout the first 2 years, this is all in a process until they get things back to normal the way it used to be in the old East Penn Conference.
Exactly, Mike, and as far as that goes, exactly tonight, right at it. No breaks, no real situations where you're going to go easy street. This is it, right into the meat of the schedule. Basically, every game is going to be a championship game because you only have 8, and with the way the district playoffs are going to be, it's going to be very tough. So right into it right away.
Chuck Sonnen is the head coach of the Golden Hawks. His team has played 2 terrific powers, losing to North Hills 34-0 and North Penn 10-zip. Rushing the football, a little bit of a problem. They've only gained 54 yards on the ground in their first 2 ball games. But what they do have is one of the best Division I prospects in the entire Lehigh Valley is Kyle Newell. And Jim, they're slowed by his delay, injured early in the season.
Yeah, Mike, he had a high ankle sprain, couldn't play a lot in the first game, came back last week, did a nice job last week, but they're going to need him a lot tonight. They need him in that tight end situation where Alex Atia is going to see him. He's a big target, obviously makes for a great receptor out there, and on the defensive end, from that defensive end position, because they run the option a lot. Emmaus, and Germani is a great running back.
Joe Baudelaire, the third-year skipper of the Green Hornets, he's 13-9 overall, 2-0 so far, beating Exeter 23-10 and Pleasant Valley 10-7. They had their first winning season last year in over a decade, posting a 6-4 record. They have a number of offensive weapons, including the area's leading ball carrier to this point of the year, Jamie Germani.
Germani does a great job, over 300 yards on the season, Mike, a touchdown. He's just a great ball carrier, tough. Had a lot of carries last week. Last week he had 97 yards in the second half alone, so it's very, very burden on his shoulders to bring Emmaus. But they can also get a few things out of the quarterback tonight. That'll be a good positive flow for them as well, but Germani is the horse they're going to give the ball to.
Don't be fooled by the 2 teams' record. Emmaus has not beaten Becca since the 1986 season. High school football comes your way next. It's Emmaus and Bethlehem Catholic on 2 Sports.
They say that nothing lasts forever, but durable, long-lasting Rainer garage doors from ABE Doors and Windows put this cliche to the test. They're made from the highest quality materials and are actually guaranteed to last as long as you own your home. In fact, the only thing as reliable as Rainer is the company who installs it. To find out more about worry-free Rainer garage doors, call the ABE Doors and Windows man in Allentown. Because quality doesn't cost, it pays.
When you need a prescription filled, who do you turn to? Walters Pharmacy. Walters Pharmacy compounds prescriptions and takes filling prescriptions as their #1 priority. At Walters, you'll save time. Trust Walters Pharmacy for convenience with free, fast delivery in the city of Allentown. You can visit walterspharmacy.net and email the pharmacists with questions. Since 1937, Walters Pharmacy, making life easier through genuine care.
Allentown Business School means absolute success with degrees in medical, technology, business, design, and legal studies. You get the right skills from specialized training that can put you on the road to success in as little as 18 months.
ABS gives the students what they need to succeed. I would definitely recommend it to anybody that wants to get a career and get on their feet and get into the work world.
Not too many people can get up every morning and say to themselves, you know what, I'm only 23 and I have a career.
Call ABS today and discover absolute success tomorrow.
Drew Reinhardt has the football on the tee. Deep at about their 10 is number 20, Gary Bailey, and number 21, Corey McFadden, as this football game is underway. No rain right now, but there was some earlier. Picked up on the run there by Gary Bailey, who has had some good returns in his career. He gets it up just across the 25, and we'll get our first look at the Bethlehem Catholic offense under the direction of quarterback Alex Attia. Attia 17 for 38 so far, 186 yards, no touchdowns. The Golden Hawks still looking for their first points of the season. They have been shut out in their first two losses against North Hills and North Penn. On first down, they try it off left tackle as we take a look at the starting lineup tonight for the Golden Hawks. And it'll be Attia at quarterback, McFadden at one half. The fullback is Matt Bishop. The X-back is Mark Skatine. Nate Hoder, who will also do the kicking and punting, is the Y-back. Kyle Newell, All-State candidate, Matt Kusher. Mike Labar, Drew Fantasia, Joe Dancho, and Tony Marabito, your down linemen. A good look at Alex Attia, transfer here to Becca from Deerhoff High School. No gain on first down. It'll be 2nd and 10. This is McFadden looking for room on the outside, coming up from the free safety position, and that looked like to be Tyler Hirsch. The defensive starters brought to you by Apgar Oil. Cortland Schenkweiler, Derek Hensinger, Caesar Natali, Brian Reese, a good one, a down lineman, defensive end, Greg Gritowski, Mike Brushko, the linebackers, along with Drew Morrissey, Drew Culp, Chris Bray, Derek DeBellis, and Tyler Hirsch, your secondary for Emmaus. Another look at Joe Baudelaire, third year here, spent 1 year as the head coach at Central Catholic after leaving a successful stint as an assistant at Lehigh University. Attia's pass intended for Mark Skatine falls incomplete. So, Jim, you'd get the sense that this Golden Hawk offense needs something good to happen for them. And yet to score a point, as I mentioned this year, obviously against two very good opponents, but still need to have some success here offensively, you would think.
Well, Mike, they had their best drive was last week in their open drive where they had 3 first downs against North Penn. They only had 3 more first downs the whole game, so it's very important for them to get established early offensively.
Hodor in punt formation, low snap, and the heat is on, and he does a good job to get that one out of there. Hirsch up, no fair catch. It eludes a would-be tackler and returns it some 3-4 yards. So the Green Hornets with good field position. We'll take a look at their offense. Corey McFadden on the tackle. Mike Brushko, the returning starter at quarterback. Chris Bay, Jamie Germani, we talked about him in the open. Greg Rutkowski, a good one at fullback. Hirsch plays split end with Truskow at the tight end. The down lineman Reese, Kowalski, Smith, Schenkweiler, and Hensinger. Your starting 11 once again brought to you by Apgar Oil.
Coach Baudelaire also wants to establish an offensive flow here. They didn't get really going in the first half last week against Pleasant Valley. Came on strong in the second half and pretty much dominated that ball game, but he wants to get off to a good start here tonight. Well,
Brushko has been very effective in his first 2 ball games, completing 12 of 18.
Procedure call against
and not the way I'm sure you'd like to get started with a procedure call.
1st and 15.
Weather update, there was a pretty good downpour earlier, remnants of Hurricane Ivan moving into the area. Not raining right now, but we certainly do expect it. I think everybody in the East Coast is talking about weather, so I think you know what we're in for here tonight. Not raining right now, and a good way to start this football game. Green Hornets now faced with 1st and 15. Brushko to throw on first down, looking over the middle and has a receiver. Settling into the middle. And coming up with a reception was number 35. That was Andrew Morrissey, Mark Skatine on the tackle. Take a look at the starting lineups for the Hawks. It'll be Newell, Dancho, Labar, Kushner, Rice, Lucent, Bishop, Crivellaro, Cacciatore, McFadden, and Skatine. Your starting 11.
Nice job by Brushko that time because he got hit very hard, Mike, at the end of that play, but got the ball off, and Morrissey made a great catch.
First down as they gained just about 15 yards on that first reception. The delay, here's your first look at Jamie Germani. Green Hornets earlier this year had a good chat with Joe Baudelaire prior to the game. Kyle Newell on the tackle as Germani picks up a couple. Bigger and stronger, the strongest team he's had in his 3 years as they continue to try and turn this program around. We mentioned, Jim, last year their first winning season in over a decade.
Well, he's come in and really changed the attitude, has him really working hard in the weight room. And with Braswell obviously working with the speed with him too, that's a great combination they have going for him, and you can see the difference.
Second down 6. Germani once again, nowhere to go. Very good team speed for the Golden Hawks on both sides of the football. First man in, number 33, the inside linebacker, Mike Bishop.
Loss on the play.
Well, that's what we talked about. They're going to have to attack and make sure that they run inside and get real good penetration. As you see, a great job that time by Bishop getting inside there very early and doing a nice job of wrapping up.
Golden Hawks, 73 in uniform, 18 seniors, 26 juniors, and 29 sophomores. So obviously they're, you know, maybe one eye looking ahead with the Golden Hawks, but of course those 18 seniors very much thinking about getting this season turned around in a positive direction. Third down, the Hornets need 9. Germani behind some blockers over the right side will get it inside the 40, and an interesting call here now for the Emmaus staff. Do you go here?
Germani carries the ball. Matt Rice trips him up. Germani's to the 39.
Rice on the tackle. Well, they needed a healthy 6 yards here, Jim, and I'd be surprised. Brushko is their punter. He is in the football game right now. And they're going to go. Well, big play early in this game. Fourth down. Green Hornets need 6. Trips formation to the left side of quarterback Mike Brushko. Germani, as Brushko rolls in that direction, and he's going to be in a lot of trouble as he gets rid of it, but there's going to be intentional grounding on Brushko. Boy, I'm early going, Jim, sloppy field position important, and that play is really going to change field position, if nothing else, in this first quarter.
Well, Mike, they had trips right, or excuse me, trips left, and he comes back and gets flushed out of pocket. Good job by number 44 in there, John Lucente, to flush him out of the pocket to go back the other way, and that sort of disrupted the whole play, and he just wanted to get rid of it right there, ends up getting a penalty on the play.
Mike Bishop, number 33, winds up coming up with a sack. So, you know, if you look at it, if you punt the ball, you can try and get it down inside the 20, inside the 10. Golden Hawks going to take over here in the 42-yard line of Emmaus.
Good exchange for the Golden Hawks. Start their second offensive series of the night.
Well, they played extremely well on the defensive side of the football last week, losing to defending 4A state champ North Penn 10-0, and North Penn putting that one away late. So defensively, at least, they stood toe-to-toe. A tee on the keeper for a couple around left end. Mike Brushko, along with Greg Rutkowski. Rutkowski, a fullback outside linebacker, one of those special guys who's banging heads with somebody on every play.
You see a nice job by Brushko coming up straight up the middle. Nice job of wrapping.
The officials tonight, referees John Gerbino, umpire Mike Eberwein, linesman is John Mitchell, line judge Ron Blofarm, and the back judge this evening is Tim Little. Penalty on the Golden Hawks. Illegal substitution. 3 games into the season, Jim Wells, some of those little mental mistakes that I think start to get a little pesky for head coach Chuck Sonnen and his staff at this point of the year.
Mike, you just read my mind. I was thinking the same thing, and that's one of the things he doesn't want to have happen here early in the first quarter.
Coach Sonnen in the middle of your screen there. So now faced with 2nd and 14. 7 minutes to go, first quarter, no score. Kyle Newell's the deep back right now. They're tossed it to Kyle. Look at this. They put Newell at the tailback position. You talk about anything to do to try and get him the football, but someone moved over on the right side.
Yeah, movement on the right side, Mike. You had 2 people in the slot. Little false start.
High ankle sprain on Kyle Newell the first 2 games. Chuck Sonnen, who I think a lot of our viewers know and lives 2 doors down from me, so I get my scouting report pretty regularly. And he said, I don't know that I really even should have played him in that first game. You know, played a little bit more extensively against North Penn, and that's a tough one to overcome. He's now split high up on the right side or on the top side of your screen. And Atia looking in that direction, and he'll go to Kyle Newell, and almost a juggling catch, and now intercepted. A terrific effort out there by number 24, Drew Colt.
Just real easy. It was a definite fly pattern. He's going to go straight down the field. It's real easy. And he's going to call it. It's going to be a jump ball here in basketball. Good position on the inside. Concentration by both players. Great interception that time by Drew Culp. Look at the concentration on both people.
Well, and, you know, really that's a tough break for Becca and Newell. He did everything to try and catch that ball, and I think that pretty clearly shows. That ball took a pretty good bounce for the Green Hornets as Culp was down and comes up with the interception.
Very good coaching point there, Mike, about keeping your eye on the ball. Both players, tremendous concentration that time.
Green Hornets have been very good this year in the turnover ratio. They have yet to turn the football over this year while coming up at their third interception of the season. They've recovered 3 fumbles as well.
Once again, Germani on the carry.
Correct myself that their first interception of the year, they have recovered 3 fumbles, so a +4 in that ever important turnover giveaway takeaway ratio, and that's why they're 2-0, or part of it anyway. Gain of 4 on first down. Germani and Rodkowski, the splitbacks. Brushko play action, slipped. Got by the first wave, but not the second. And then he'll lose a couple on second down and going to bring up third and close to 10 once again. Swarming Golden Hawk defense, led by number 57, Joe Dancho.
You can also see 44, John Lucente committed. Linebackers are doing a great job of containing Pushko. They're not giving him anything to go outside with, force him on the inside. You see Newell forced him on the inside at first, and then finally brought down by number 57, Joe Dancho. Jim,
we mentioned at the top how important a game this is really for both programs. I mean, Emmaus continues to try and, work to try and become one of the upper echelon teams in the Lehigh Valley Conference. Becca, of course, last year lost their first 2 games and were never able to rebound, winding up 4-6 on the year. So this is a big one for them. Good defensive resistance there. Matt Kushner, number 77, the left tackle, along with outside linebacker John Lucent.
You're going to see Lucent. He's going to be outside and come inside. You're going to see him right in that hole again. That's what they want to do. They're shooting those gaps, doing an excellent job. Defensively, Jason Roeder, the new defensive coordinator for the Golden Hawks.
Well, a nice job by Kushner, too, to play off a block and get in and get a piece of that action. Here's McFadden. And the Golden Hawks once again will have very good field position. They've played 8 quarters of football this year and have yet to find the end zone. Special teams tackle by Cortland Schenkweiler. Schenkweiler, a 2-way performer, starting right guard and defensive end for the Green Hornets.
Awfully frustrating, Mike, when you have to be the defense on the field as much, when they haven't really produced offensively.
Atia, I formation, second back throw. And that was number 21, Corey McFadden. McFadden on the year, 8 carries, 16 yards. He has the longest carry this year. Andrew Morrissey on the tap. Jim, their longest run from scrimmage this year is 13 yards.
I tell you, Mike, they've really struggled offensively, and you see a good job inside defensively that time by Emmaus. But I tell you, it's got to be struggling. Like I said, they had 3 first downs on their opening drive last week, a couple good passes, but since that's all they produced this year.
Yeah, they've had some success throwing the football with Alex Atia, and here he is rolling to his left. On second, they need 6. Under a little duress, pressure coming from number 32, Greg Rodkowski, and thrown wide. Watching the receivers, they're struggling a little bit. Obviously, field is wet, in excellent condition.
Atia does a nice job here rolling out, gets some good protection. Wasn't really forced to throw the ball early, but just hasn't been able to connect with his receivers.
Intended for number 17, Dylan Cachator. Cachator, a 5'8", 165-pound senior. Clock stopped with 3:41 to go in a scoreless first quarter. Kyle Newell comes wide left. Chris Bray, number 10 defensively at 5'7", going to give up good 8-9 inches. And they're looking for a screen. He's got blockers in front. Here's McFadden. Look out to the 30. McFadden grabbed from behind and just knocked out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Boy, you could see that one materialize.
Very, very nice play by offensive coordinator Danny Kendra. Good block on that, too, by number 77, Matt Kushner. You're going to see when he comes downfield, see, have the screen going out here. Now watch, when you come downfield, you're going to get a lot. I don't know if we'll be able to see it, but Matt Kushner opened up that hole to allow for number 21, Corey McFadden, to skirt through there.
That's the strength of this Golden Hawk program, run down by Tyler Hirsch at the first reception of the year for Corey McFadden. Atia, the quarterback keeper, and the Golden Hawks have their first touchdown of the 2004 season. They have a 6-0 lead.
Excellent blocking by the offensive line. That's what you got to give credit to in that last screen. Offensive line did a great job opening up that hole. Kushner was a great job he's a two-way tackle. He had a fumble recovery last week. He did a great job of blocking downfield, which opened that hole for McFadden.
Well, you could see that materializing, Jim. On for the extra point is number 80, Nate Hodar. Well, actually, he's not on there yet. There he comes now. Holder is number 10, Matt Check. Check is a reserve quarterback and a senior. Holder's one of the best kickers in the area.
Now look at this, Mike. 2 weeks in a row.
Straight on kicker.
We see straight on kickers.
Yeah,
now, that's amazing.
Missed it right. You know, good news, bad news. As the Golden Hawks have their first point, here's another look at the screen and watch how nice it materializes.
Goes back, nice deep setup, and you're going to see that block is right there, down in there. That's what that block was thrown in there. See how it opens up that hole, and Newell shades his man to the outside. Great job by our cameraman to get that angle, and McFadden goes right to the 1-yard line.
Golden Hawks last year losing their first 2 to St. Joe's Prep and North Penn. They rebounded to beat Central, then lost to Parkland, beat Whitehall, lost to Liberty, beat Nazareth. But when you look at that 4-6 record, Jim, as you can see here that the significance of September 11th, a couple of years ago, the memorial still stands. 4 plays, 49 yards, time of possession 59 seconds. Alex Atia, 1-yard touchdown run. Well, I think that can go back also to field position. You know, you give a good football team the ball 2 times, back-to-back possessions around the 50-yard line. You figure to get scored upon, and that's what happened.
Yeah, you're relying a lot on your defense there, and the Hawks, you knew it was going to be sooner or later when they get untracked and the consistency would come about. Good job of play calling by Coach Kendra, the offensive coordinator.
Hodar to kick it away. I would think they'd try to keep it away from Tyler Hirsch. And this is number 10, Chris Bray. Special teams, just that here for the Green Hornets. Hirsch, who was hurt last year, had a 90-yard kickoff return earlier in the season last year, and then was injured in the 6th game of the year. Matt Check-in on the special teams tackle for the Golden Hawks, number 10. 6-0, Becca.
And now this is different for the Hawks to be sitting in this position, up by some points. Now the defense, which has played so well in the past 6 quarters, Mike, that's the difference, you know, between, you know, they didn't code anything offensively, but in the past 6 quarters, the defense has done their job.
Well, I don't know how many folks gave him a chance last Saturday night against defending 4A state champ North Penn, and, you know, they took them to the wire. Rodkowski on a first down carry. He's a good fullback in this program.
Well, I think the question now, excuse me, Mike, is going to be this offensive line has to step up and make some things happen, because that's the question now. You got to get your money, you got to get Rodkowski the yards, because you want to establish that ground game, and they're going to have to really step it up here.
Yeah, this is their biggest test so far of the year. Forget the 0-2, 2-0. Again, I think you have to look at the caliber or quality of the first 2 opponents. And again, you have to go back to 1986, being the last time Emmaus football team beat the Golden Hawks. And here comes the blitz. And that's number 33 once again, Mike Bishop. That's his 2nd sack of this football game.
Good job by Coach Roeder there calling that blitz play. They were really in those lanes. You could see him fill those lanes very quickly. Emmaus had no chance. Briscoe had no chance to react.
That was Tyler Hirsch in at quarterback. I'm not sure what happened to Mike Briscoe. Yeah, Mike's still in there, so we're getting see a little of the Penn State offense here, Jim.
They're trying to be like Robinson and Mills.
Yeah. Brushko now back under center. And indecision, and the Green Hornets now call timeout. Timeout with 1:55 to go first quarter. Emmaus down 6-0. Well, this is a big one, as we mentioned, for the Golden Hawks in more ways than one, Jim. I'm looking at their schedule here, and after tonight's ball game, now they're not all home games, but being that Liberty and Freedom, they play their games at Liberty Heights or at Bethlehem Area School District Stadium. 5 of their next 6 games are in Bethlehem.
That's a big plus for Coach Sullivan's
Absolutely.
squad.
They'll host Allen next week. They'll be at Whitehall. Then they'll play Liberty and Nazareth at home. Freedom is actually an away game, but will be at the stadium. Then they have Northampton at home. So after tonight, just Easton and Whitehall will be their only 2 games away from Bethlehem Area School District Stadium.
That's a big advantage. If his group can really grow up in the next couple of hours here tonight and in the next couple of weeks, boy, that's a real plus for Coach Sonnen.
Timeout being brought to you by ABE Doors and Windows, one of the fine sponsors of high school football here on 2 Sports. Jim and I are looking forward to tomorrow afternoon, at least as of now anyway. We don't know what we're in for weather-wise. But good one over at Bethlehem. Susquehanna at Moravian. A throwback, Rodkowski, and nowhere to go. Staying home, number 40 is Sal Crivellaro.
Well, they tried that screen to the opposite side this time, but I'll tell you, the Becca defense not being fooled at all as Crivellaro just stays in his spot. You see number 40 at the start of the picture. He stayed in his spot and came flying up and puts a real lick on number 32, Rutowski.
That is a terrific effort by Crivellaro, the cornerback. He has that screen responsibility. Did not go for what I thought was a pretty good ball fake. And as a result, Emmaus punts it away. Brushko, a booming kick. And Skatine now picks it up inside his own 10 and will go down. What a big play by Brushko with his right foot. That can hurt you in a lot of ways.
We might be looking at 2 of the premier punters probably in the state, Mike, here tonight.
2 good ones.
We talked a lot about Nate Hoder's punting ability for Becca, averaged over 40 yards last week with 5 punts, but
that Brushko's best punt of the year. He had punted 3 times prior to that for a 30-yard average.
That'll boost your average up.
And a good 50-yard effort with the roll. They toss it. Here's McFadden. And using that speed, turns it upfield for a gain of 4, perhaps 5.
Well, that's the other thing that the Hawks are trying to do. They're trying to establish a go-to back. They've rotated a couple backs in and out there. Bailey's gotten some time. McFadden tonight in the first quarter here has proven he deserves to carry the ball more.
Lehigh Valley Conference football. This is the opening week. Contrary to, some standings that you might have seen, these are the games that start counting. All the schools will play an 8-game regular season. The team with the best record, if there's more than one, you have co-, tri-, or quad champs. Here's McFadden. McFadden up to midfield. First down, Bethlehem Catholic. And that is by far the longest run from scrimmage by any Golden Hat back this year. Tyler Hirsch and Chris Bray saving a touchdown.
You're going to see number 84, Kyle Newell, throw a good block up top.
Might have got away with a little something. A little tug on the jersey.
Right there, Mike.
Hey, only a hold if you get caught.
That's right. I don't see any flags, so we're proceeding.
And with that play, we have played 1 quarter. It is visiting Bethlehem Catholic 6 and Emmaus nothing.
Winning takes more than the athlete, more than the coaches, more than the pain and sweat from grueling training.
It takes more to orchestrate the win.
It takes a dedicated team. Bethlehem Sporting Goods and Russell Athletic are that dedicated team. Suit up with Bethlehem Sporting Goods and Russell Athletic. Bethlehem Sporting Goods, your Russell Athletic team headquarters.
Golden Hawks in front 6-0 on the strength of a quarterback keeper by Alex Attia, but the real story has been number 21, Corey McFadden. A big run here to end the first quarter, so caught that big screen pass, which set up their first score. Handed off this time to number 46, Kelly Klados. Rodkowski, number 32, on the tackle.
Once again, we're taking a look at the block or non-block on the outside by Kyle Newell.
Like the way McFadden put that ball in that outside arm if he needed to use that stiff arm. Good speed, and that is a strength. Good nucleus for this Golden Hawk program. They need some players to step up. They're getting it tonight. Second back through is McFadden once again. There's a marker on this play as Brushko was in the Golden Hawk backfield.
This time Brushko got in there early, and McFadden had nowhere to go.
Holding on the Hawks. You know, looking at their stat sheet, Jim, that is one area where they had been in pretty good shape their first two games. They weren't getting penalized a lot. Just 5 times for 30 yards in their first 2 games.
I read that stat where last Saturday night was very, very low in penalties. Both teams.
Well, that's why you hang with the North Penn. That's why you hang in there 10-0. This game is still about blocking, tackling, and, you know, not making mistakes. Golden Hawks on the move here will have that penalty force them back into 2nd and 11. Football resting on the BC 48-yard line. Attia swings it to Newell, his first touch of the game, uses the stiff arm, and the big guy is into the secondary.
Face smashing.
Saying that he stepped out of bounds, but he has enough for a BC first down.
Now, this is what Coach Kendra, the offensive coordinator for the Hawks, loves to do. Spread that field, give those quick hits outside, and when you got a guy like Newell, golden opportunity to show what he can do outside.
Well, he needs to get his touches, and again, look at him tower over the rest of the players in there, and that close to actually being a run here. That looked like that was actually a lateral. Great use of the stiff arm.
Yeah, you got to get him low, and that's the key. You're not going to get, you know, close. He's going to give you that arm, which he did.
Was enough for a first down, so the Hawks keep the drive alive. Klados once again on the tackle. Klados, a reserve linebacker. He's a junior, 5'6", 180. Brushko, Andrew Morrissey combining on the tackle, and 5-yard gain. This Golden Hawk offense producing here tonight, already leading 6-0. Attia swings it out again. Here's Newell. Boy, is he imposing in that secondary. A little shake and bake, and another Golden Hawk first down.
Well, they're spreading them out, Mike, using both sides of the field. They see that Emmaus can't play up close to him because they're going to get buried because of the height advantage. You're going to see gets that ball quickly and then takes off up the sideline.
Wow, this is just a great job by the staff. Look at the space.
Look at how far back they are, Mike. That's the kid I was talking about. Look at the space he has. You know, they're 10 yards back to start with.
Well, that's a great job by Chuck Sonnen and his staff. Danny Kendra. You want to create islands and one-on-ones when you have special talents like Kyle Newell, and they are doing it in this drive. Chuck Sonnen, who is a teacher here in the Emmaus School District. He's a math teacher, teaches 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. Sponsors of high school football brought to you by ABE Doors and Windows, Allentown Business School, Apgar Oil, Kleckner & Sons, Kraus Dodge, Atlanta Metro, Nazareth Music Center, R&J Carpet Connection, and Yakos. Thanks to all our very fine sponsors. Susquehanna Moravian tomorrow, live at 1 o'clock. Jim, you saw Moravian win on the road, 1-0. Susquehanna 2-0.
Should be an excellent ball game tomorrow, Mike. Great defensive effort by Moravian last week. Put up a lot of points, but tomorrow will be a bigger test offensively for them. One of our own TV2s, Ryan Gemmel.
Ryan Gemmel, reserve tight end. McFadden looking for some room and did well if he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Joe Baudelaire, not a happy head coach when he was in that defensive huddle, trying to have his defense rise to the occasion.
Yeah, he's a little bit upset right now. As you see, Joe is in the 3rd season and 13-9. Needs to get more action, be more aggressive here defensively.
Well, they were in the same position a year ago. They started out the year winning their first 4 ball games last year. They were 5-1 at one point and then struggled, winning one of their last 4 to get that first winning season in over a decade. So he knows that, you know, and again, you look at their schedule from a year ago, they only beat 2 teams with winning records. And he's very well aware that, you know, to get to the next level, you need to beat the Beccas, the Parklands, and those kind of teams in the LVC. Derek Hensinger on the tackle for Emmaus.
You're right, Mike. You can't be satisfied. And that's the thing he's trying to get through all his players' heads. Is you can't be satisfied with those wins against the non-league opponents all the time. You got to be in the hunt for the Lehigh Valley, and that's the key that he's trying to get through to them.
Hawks continue to make it a little tougher on themselves. 9:24 to go. First half, they lead it 6-0. On a pretty nice drive here, except for some penalties. They're pushed back into a 2nd and 15. No one-on-one. Atia. Intended for the tight end. That was number 80, Hoder. And Rutkowski in coverage. I think Hoder'd like to have that one back.
Well, nice job of using the decoy of Newell on the right-hand side. Opens up a big avenue outside for Hoder, but he wishes he had that one back. It goes right through his arms.
I think he'll make that catch more often than not. Incomplete pass. Still 3rd and 15. Catch it towards split wide right. Newell now the motion man. They keep it. No, they try the option, and this is McFadden in all kind of trouble. Pitch got away. Rutkowski in position. Loss of about 9-10 yards.
See, they fake into the line, and that pitch outside. You see that ball was thrown end over end, Mike, which is no good. You're going to see that ball coming out there end over end. That's not what you want to see coming out there.
Well, it's going to be 4th down and an awful lot. Ball just outside the 32, and the Hawks will go. I would expect something maybe high and in the direction of big number 84. They have a twins formation to the left. Atia in trouble. And the Green Hornet defense will rise to the occasion. The game remains 6-0 Hawks. At a big turning point in this game, Jim.
Morrissey, nice job there getting involved in the tackle. And you're going to see the Teal was running around there, had nowhere to go. Ends up being tackled, and a good job by the Emmaus defense. You're right, Coach Baudelaire—he's got to be happier with that effort this time.
Derek Hensinger and Kyle Kozak combining on the sack. But again, the Golden Hawks penalties really, you know, they were able to overcome a couple of them, but boy, it got to be too much when they got it down near the 15-yard line. 1st and 10, Green Hornets. Split backs, Dramani and Rutkowski. This is Jamie. Not much room over that left side.
Mike,
Number 44, John Lucent, leading the defensive charge.
You really get the feeling he's going to work for every yard he's going to get tonight. Dramani with 200-yard games so far this year.
2nd and 7 for the Hornets up to 37.
Gain of 3 on 1st down. Motion man is Bray. They counter back to the inside. And Kyle Newell closing down nicely on Germani.
Good job by Newell peeling off his block, going right down the line. Knowing once again that Germani is going to probably be the ball carrier. You'll see Newell come right down the line. Good job of wrapping. See, in that position, comes right down that line. Good job.
Nice job of getting off a block as well. That is kind of plays that Kyle Newell expected to make, and he did. 4-year starter in his program. Green Hornets need 3. 3rd down. They go to Germani. Looking for an opening. Dives forward, but I don't know. I don't think so. Matt Rice was the first guy there to get him, number 26.
Germani gives a very nice effort here.
Trying to get it to Clyde.
But Matt Kushner on the inside is going to give you, as they see this time, they get a good job with Newell. As number 32 comes in, very tough on Newell. Gronkowski, the fullback.
Boy, this is hard to believe, Coach. They're going to go here unless they've got a delay. Now
oh, they're going to get a penalty.
Got an illegal substitution.
Becca had too many people on the field.
Wow. That's the second time the Golden Hawks an illegal substitution. And again, that rule, you can't have 12 guys hanging around the huddle and then see what's going on and then slide somebody off. I really think Coach Baudelaire spotted that. I'd have been surprised to see them snap the football there, Jim.
Wow, I was wondering myself.
No,
he's really taking a dangerous move there.
Sure, 6-0 football game. You're back in your own 40. There's a lot of football to be played here. I think Coach Baudelaire was on top of that and hustled that penalty unless they were going to come up there and maybe go on a long count.
That's probably what it was.
They moved the sticks. No matter how you slice it, it's a first down and a much-needed one for Emmaus. Rutkowski on the delay, and he muscles his way for 5 off left tackle. Good north-south runner brought down by Kyle Newell.
You see nice power up top by Rutkowski, just pulling his way up through. Does a good job of holding onto the football as Newell's trying to take it away from him. Hurt on the plays, number 69, Jake Smith.
Rutkowski, the Emmaus, actually the 3rd leading ball carrier. Brushko has 15 carries for 83 yards. Rutkowski 14 for 53. But number 32, a great lead blocker. As you mentioned, Germani with back-to-back 100-yard efforts. You know you're going to have fullback doing some good things. Germani now sets on the left wing, with Morrissey relocating on the right. Jamie in motion. Then they play action. Brushko with time, now runs out of it. Looking downfield, tough throw to make, and he does it. Beautiful effort by he and Tyler Hirsch, who did a nice job to make himself available.
Smart job by Tyler Hirsch. Saw that Brushko was in trouble. This play was going to go to the left side. He shakes it off, does a nice job of getting away, and then that's a tough throw on the run.
Now, Tyler Hirsch is a real playmaker for this Emmaus program. Mentioned that he had a 90-yard kickoff return last year. This year, that's his team-leading 9th catch of the year. Puts him over or close to 200 yards on the season. But he's very dangerous on kick and punt returns as well. Green Hornets down 6-0, but on the move. Rutkowski now with a little bounce in their step, and here come the Green Hornets.
Well, credit again the offensive line, Mike. They're starting to really move people up front. Rutkowski giving some good yardage from that fullback position, spreading the ball around a lot of different people. It's giving Beck a lot more things to think about now. You see that offensive line starting to really clear out in those areas. Good job up front by the boys on the offensive line.
You know, back to Tyler Hirsch, has returned 2 punts this year for 70 yards, 35-yard average, and 3 kicks for a 30-yard average. Gain of 8 on first down. They keep it on the ground to Rutkowski. First down, Green Hornets, and now that line that was supposedly a little bigger and a little stronger starting to flex their muscles.
Well, especially with the condition of the field, Mike, probably being a little slippery, you're going to see that north-south running is very, very productive for Emmaus.
Dancho, 57, just got a hand on him, tripped him up. He may have saved a touchdown. Ball spotted just inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal from the 9. And Hirsch now at quarterback. Gotta believe he's a runner, and that's what they do. Kind of like the Kyle Newell, if you will, Jim. They want to try and get him the football, put it in his hands. And no gain there, perhaps maybe even lost a yard.
And John Lucente has done an excellent job so far tonight from his linebacker position. You can see he holds his ground. You see him number there, 44, holds his ground, balances himself, ends up grabbing Hirsch, wrapping him up.
That is some good football. He was knocked back a little bit, maintained his balance, stayed in the hole, and made the play.
I'm impressed with him. Like, he's done a great job tonight from his linebacker position.
Brushko, no, back under center. And they go straight ahead to Rotkowski. That's a fullback run as he makes it down to near the 5. Hit at the line of scrimmage, but still able to somehow find his way for a 4-yard gain.
Nothing fancy, a lot of power. Straight ahead, you're going to see it coming right at you. Straight ahead, guys are doing a great job once again. Gets tripped up a little bit, gets a couple extra yards with the feet moving.
Rice and Check combined to make the tackle, not to be confused with the cereal. Rice Checks. I'm allowed, right? You always used to eat them, didn't you?
Yeah. Rice Checks.
They're my favorite.
You're showing your age.
Absolutely. No, I understand that. They were my favorite, so I'm sorry. 3rd down, they need 5. Brushko, time, now decides to cut up and is brought down. Nice defensive effort by the Golden Hawk defense. Kushner, number 77. My, have we called his name a lot tonight.
Kushner's got great size, Mike. 6'4", 255. I'm telling you, you're going to see he moves so well. Up top, you're going to see him. He just heads that block and comes back in. That's a great move for a guy that big, Mike. 255 pounds to be throwing it around there.
Tell you, I might be wrong, but there's another Golden Hawk that I think he wore 77. I know he was tall, 6'6". Jim Molinaro, who now wears the uniform of the Washington Redskins as a rookie. Great story. Went to Notre Dame, had a good career, and now is in the NFL. The try for 3 is up, and it is good. Drew Reinhardt. So an impressive drive. They have to settle for 3, but points on the board.
Number 11 does a good job of driving it through the uprights. Good thing for Emmaus there. They had to come away from that drive with some points, Mike. A lot of positive things happened, even though they got turned away from 6. Get 3 out of that.
Reinhardt had a 25-yarder earlier this year. He is 5 for 5 on his extra points. And by our statistics, now 2 for 2 on field goals. So he's proving to be a valuable asset. There you see Duron Braswell, former record setter in the Patriot League with the Lehigh Mountain Hawks, an assistant here. Of course, he and Coach Baudelaire got to know one another pretty well during some championship seasons over in South Bethlehem. Green Hornet staff includes Eric Dauberman, Stan Luckenbill, Greg Moore, Bobby Steckel, Duron Braswell, we pointed out, Nate Davidson, the former Central Catholic Viking, won a state championship there, and Joe Malone. High end over end kick. This is Bailey at about his 12. He is a burner, hit once, and they get him on the 2nd attempt.
Special teams, very, very important in a game like this.
11 plays, 84 yards, 7-10. That's pretty impressive stuff, Jim.
It's a lot of time off the clock. Tell you, I was really impressed with the fullback play in that drive, Mike. That was the key. They've established that run game with the fullback on the inside with Rukowski. Nice job by the offensive line.
Yeah, the big pass play from Brushko to Hirsch. Nice special teams play by reserve wide receiver Walter Okendo, number 28. McFadden on the carry. Maybe a couple. Brian Reese, starting two-way performer at left tackle and defensive end, and on the stop, 6'1", 270. He's going to be one of the top heavyweight wrestlers in all of the state of Pennsylvania coming up.
You see Coach Dan Kendra there behind, talking to the people about the offensive series coming up. Number 69 here, Jake Smith, sitting on the sidelines, a little ice on the ankle.
No, you hate to see that. The youngsters work so hard for short 10, 11, 12 game season, 15 if you go win the whole deal for a state championship. Dan Kendra, the other assistants for Chuck Son and Artie Owens, Rich Mazza, Dan Dolphin, Jim Fiore, Fred Rice, Larry Stelz, George Yasko, Steve Keppel, Bobby Stickle, Jason Roeder, Tarek Haddad, former Parkland defensive coordinator, joining the staff, Todd Shimko, Ryan Flynn, and Bob Welk. I got news. Crowd here, I'll tell you, look at it, it's warm. I'll tell you, it's very warm, and since we've kicked it off, Jim, no rain, so let's keep it that way, huh?
Been very fortunate.
46 ticks to go in a very interesting first half. 6-3 Hawks face now with 2nd and 8. Atia guns it to the outside, complete to Brian Felon. Felon, 6'1", 170-pound junior. I guess pronounced Phelan, P-H-E-L-A-N. Brian, he's a junior.
Looked like that time Atia came up to the line of scrimmage, called an audible. Saw something he liked.
Third down, 3. You keep it on the ground. And now Emmaus will use the timeout and stop the clock with 35 seconds. So time to maybe make something else happen. Terrific effort defensively by Derek Hensinger.
Hensinger at 6 foot, 267, and one of the many seniors on the Emmaus squad. You're going to see they tried to go up through the middle, and you see a great job. Look at, he was stopped right in his tracks. You're going to see that defensively, they're not moving. Look, it doesn't move at all. Nice job.
Boy, Golden Hawks were driving in this game to try and add to a 6-0 lead. Joe Bonalleri called a timeout, and looked like he may have read the team on the riot act. And since that little chat, they have been a different football team.
You're right, Mike. That was the key.
They're much more aggressive. Absolutely.
That was a wake-up call there, and I'm sure it wasn't an alarm clock. There was a few words being spoken there from Coach Bonalleri, I'm sure.
Well, you know, I think it's very interesting, Jim, as you watch programs that try to work their way up the ladder and become part of the upper echelon. And I think the biggest things is, you know, they take time off, they take plays off. You know, those teams that win championships play every down like it's their last, and it's, you know, I think a high snap. And they got in there, and here is Hirsch. They angle it away. He'll get it on one bounce. And is buried over there on the right sideline. He was really knocked off his wheels, but he's okay.
Great shot from the end zone as Hoder does a great job of getting that ball. Just got it off in time over the outstretched arms of number 66, John Kowalski. You're right, Mike, on that point you were just talking about. See, the thing of it is you can talk your way into being with the elite, but you got to play your way into being with the elite. And that's the ebb and flow that this program is at right now. Coach Bonalleri knows that.
You know, and I mean, that's, you know, again, you and I watch a lot of football, and I mean, it's from a, you know, a personal perspective, and I just think, you know, those upper echelon teams play every play, and I think there's teams that, you know, fight to be 500, just, you know, go away for sometimes even a period. Downfield, here's Hirsch. And he's knocked down as he gets it down into BC territory. Clock will stop while they reset the chains. It's now at 18 seconds. Brushko has him up under center. I think he's going to try and stop the clock by downing it. And that's exactly what he does.
A little surprising how open Hirsch was on this play, because you would think that the Hawks would have been a little bit tighter on that defense, not giving up that sort of gain as Matt Check puts him down to the ground. But, you know, I guess they were willing to give up that kind of gain sort of a prevent defense by the Hawks.
Tyler came back in a big way this year in their season opener against Exeter. 5 catches, 124 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Suffered a season-ending knee injury in their 6th game a year ago. Brushko, and got rid of it when no one was open downfield. Clock now down to 11 seconds.
Smart play by Mike Brushko there. Got to take it out of bounds if you can't get anybody open.
Coach Baudelaire, what a job he did as the defensive coordinator over there at Lehigh.
All through his career, Mike Wayman, Mary, Mansfield, he's been so experienced.
And Chuck Sonnen now wants to talk to his defense.
These guys are really experienced on both teams.
Absolutely,
you realize both guys were college coaches.
Yeah.
You know, both at Lehigh. And
Chuck, a graduate of Lehigh University and Reading High School.
He's the defensive coordinator, Jason Roeder, going over some strategy here with the Hawks with 11 seconds remaining.
I'd like to send along get well wishes tonight to Skeeter Berta. Skeeter Berta is a well-known amateur golfer here in the Lehigh Valley. He underwent a very serious operation yesterday. Skeeter, our thoughts and prayers are with you. I said it the other night at our induction ceremony for the Lehigh Valley Golf Hall of Fame. He's a good man, and I know there are a lot of folks in the valley that are pulling for him. Our best wishes to Skeeter Berta and, of course, his wife in a most difficult time. Also to Bob Holder, who hosts our morning show on WAEB AM 790. Bob had a fall the other night, and I understand running around with a wounded wing. He separated his shoulder. I hope he's ready to do some talking tomorrow. We'll find out how he is tomorrow. 3rd down, maybe the last play. Brushko with time and guns it over the middle. It is Hirsch once again. Clock down to 3 seconds. They'll stop it momentarily while they move the chains. They might have a chance. They're going to have to get set up and then spike it. Well, I don't know the range of Reinhardt in terms of a field goal, but we're going to find out. I thought maybe if they wanted, they could take a shot into the end zone, Jim.
Nice clock management, though, by Emmaus. They did an excellent job getting themselves down the field. Very impressed how they set up very quickly for that.
Brushko is the holder. They'll spot it at the 24. 10 for the end zone. It is a 34-yard effort. He already has one. This would tie up the football game. And it looked like that wet field kind of got him as he... All right, here we go. As he looked like he tried to give that a little extra. So the two teams head to the locker rooms, of which they have them down here now at the field, which is a nice thing for the visiting team. 6-3, Becca at the half.
From business and life insurance to car and property, we have the policy that will work for you for less. You're more than a customer at D.E. Cressman Insurance Agency because we really care. When you decide to use our services, you become a member of a growing family. We are a full-line agency at D.E. Cressman Insurance and welcome the opportunity to quote your auto, home, commercial, and life insurance needs. So don't get bugged about your insurance rates because we are here for whatever your need may be. We've got you covered. Give us a call at 610-433-1568 or visit our website.
Let's go get Yakult. You know it's always been the best. Let's go get Yakult for quality that beats the rest. They got cheesesteaks, French fries. The famous Yakult hot dog is known worldwide. Let's go get Yakult. The secret sauce is one of a kind.
Yakult's, an Allentown tradition.
When a customer buys their first new car from Scott Chevrolet, it's usually for the great price and selection.
When they come back, it's because we did everything right the first time, both in sales and service.
And no dealer in the Valley has higher customer loyalty than Scott. Choose from over 350 Chevrolets in stock, Impalas, Cavaliers, and our excellent selection of trucks.
One visit, and it's easy to see
what's made us #1 for over 30 years. Scott Chevrolet on the Lehigh Street Auto Mile.
He doesn't report to a management committee. He doesn't report to a marketing department. He reports to Mary Johnson's arthritis, to Sally Wickstrom's upset stomach, and to Greg Porter's poison oak. He's your family prescription center pharmacist. He lives and works right here in town, so that means he reports to you. Call Family Prescription Center today at 866-0709.
Taking the time to care, Family Prescription Center.
Remember when life was much simpler? It was easy to know who could be trusted to carpet your home.
Today, the choices are overwhelming. Make it simple. Make it Mohawk Color Center.
Celebrating 125 years Mohawk commitment to floor covering quality, comfort, and style. Now offering selections of carpet made with Anso Crush Resistor 3 nylon.
Mohawk Color Center, where the value of family and an appreciation for the simple beauty of home are woven into everything we do.
Visit R&J Carpet Connection, 922 North 3rd Street in Whitehall.
When it comes to hauling any kind of junk, nobody does it faster and cheaper than Mart's Disposal Service. We clean basements, attics, and garages at unbeatable prices. Mart's also does excavating, pool digging, and tree removal. Call us today. Now's the time to get rid of that junk you've been wanting to get rid of. You'll be happy with Mart's fast, reliable service at a price that can't be beat. Call Mart's and watch that old junk just disappear. Remember, nobody does it faster or cheaper than Mart's Disposal Service.
It's clear that the world of energy is more complex than ever. With heating oil prices 35 to 40% higher than last year, Apgar Oil Company can save you money by installing a high-efficiency EFM oil-fired heating system. If your oil heating system is older than 1971 or efficiency is lower than 75%, it's time to replace it now. Make the intelligent choice and enjoy the warmth and the tax-free savings that a new oil-fired heating system by Apgar Oil Company provides. Call Apgar Oil Company for your free estimate.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's halftime show on 2 Sports, brought to you by Atlanta Metro. Take the bus to school, work, shopping, doctor visits, and more. Ride the bus all day for just $2, and don't forget, seniors and the disabled ride free during the off-peak hours. Take the bus and you'll agree that Atlanta Metro is making it easy. Also, tonight's sponsors of halftime is Nazareth Music Center and the R&J Carpet Connection, North 3rd Street in Whitehall. Due to tonight's weather conditions, the Bethlehem Catholic High School band is playing in the stands, so sit back and enjoy some of the sights and sounds from the Becca band. And there you have the Bethlehem Catholic Golden Hawk Marching Band under the direction of Christine Ike. Tonight's halftime is brought to you by Atlanta Metro. Take the bus to school, work, shopping, doctor's visits, and more. Ride the bus all day for just $2. And don't forget, seniors and the disabled ride free during the off-peak hours. Take the bus and you'll agree that Atlanta Metro is making it easy. Tonight's sponsors also include the Nazareth Music Center and the R&J Carpet Connection, North 3rd Street in Whitehall. We'll be back for the second half of tonight's game right after these messages.
Allentown Business School means absolute success with degrees in medical, technology, business, design, and legal studies. You get the right skills from specialized training that can put you on the road to success in as little as 18 months.
I graduated in September. By October, I was already working. 18 months, you're in, you're out, and you're on your way into the workforce.
When I came here and graduated in 18 months, this was probably the best thing that I've ever done.
Call ABS today and discover absolute success tomorrow.
Hey, football fans! If you love dealing with a winning team, head to the leader, Kleckner's in Whitehall and Emmaus, featuring GE washers and dryers, GE dishwashers, GE microwaves, GE ranges, GE refrigerators. Plus, Kleckner's features free delivery, backed by their own factory-trained service department. Hurry in for best selection. Make us your last stop and see the savings on new GE appliances at Kleckner's, 2177 MacArthur Road in Whitehall and 575 Chestnut Street in Emmaus.
Service Electric Cable TV presents the 5th annual Donald Hunt American Heroes Golf Classic on Monday, October 11th at beautiful Southmore Golf Course in Bath. For just $95, enjoy a great day of golf, dinner, and prizes, with all proceeds going towards the KVM National Education Center to honor all veterans. Don Hunt believed, like so many of you, that our freedom starts with our vets, past, present, and future. Call or visit our website for more information.
Everything is still the same at ABE Car Care Centers. Cliff Quinn Sr. and Jim Coombe may have retired, but they're still around making sure things are right. Same quality workmanship, same superior service. For brakes, mufflers, tune-ups, and inspections, ABE Car Care Center does it all.
The original is always the best. Cliff Quinn Jr. and his crew are no dumb bunnies. These guys are really good.
New management, but everything is still the same. Car Care Plus, only at ABE Car Care Centers.
Hey, football fans! If you love dealing with a winning team, head to the leader, Kleckner's in Whitehall and Emmaus, featuring GE washers and dryers, GE dishwashers, GE microwaves, GE ranges, GE refrigerators. Plus, Kleckner's features free delivery, backed by their own factory-trained service department. Hurry in for best selection. Make us your last stop and see the savings on new GE appliances at Kleckner's, 2177 MacArthur Road in Whitehall and 575 Chestnut Street in Emmaus.
There is always something somewhere that will grab a kid's interest. You just need to find it. We're going to give you opportunities and unconditional love. There's not a better teacher than the outdoors. Our philosophy works.
Good football game, pretty much what we expected. 0-2 Becco looking for their first win against 2-0 Emmaus. 6-3 your score here at the half. Changes in momentum for both teams, and some big plays for both teams as well. Hawks scoring the lone touchdown, missed the extra point. Emmaus a field goal by Reinhardt. Take a look at the highlights. And, you know, Jim, it was an interesting first half. I thought Emmaus giving up field position there early may have cost them that first touchdown, but then this is a big play by Tyler Hirsch on the reception to get them going back in the right direction.
And they've gotten some great yardage out of their fullback, and really a nice job. It's a field goal. Brings in back with a great angle there. You see the field goal, and then this is a play here, Mike, I think was very, very pivotal in the first period.
Well, could have gone either way. Great effort by Kyle Newell. Rushko under some pressure there, but an efficient first half again. 5 of 7 for 114 yards, and he has had white jerseys around him. They sneak Tyler Hirsch in there every once in a while. Number 33 on the tackle is Mike Bishop. Called his number quite a lot. Here's a young man had a good first half, Corey McFadden. They did a nice job of getting him the football as he had a big reception. And then this nice run, their longest run from scrimmage this year.
Good job of getting to the outside. You see the touchdown run, the 1-yard sneak by Atia. Gives him the 6 points.
There it is, by the half, or the first half possessions for the Hawks. They went 4 and a punt, 3 and an INT, 4 and a touchdown, 11 and downs, 4 and a punt for Emmaus, 5 and out. 4 and a punt, 4 and a punt. 11 plays and a field goal, and then, of course, right as the half expired, missing that 34-yard effort. Your score is 6-3. Elsewhere in Lehigh Valley Conference action, and again, I'm hearing, don't you love it?
It looks like it's the swimming season here.
Well, you know what? It is warm now.
It is
it's very, very warm and humid night. And I don't want to jinx us, so we won't talk about precipitation. Still loving the football game, right? Do not know, all of these games were not played tonight. I'm pretty sure Central Catholic and Easton were. Durham and Liberty I didn't hear. I heard Freedom at Allen was postponed. Nazareth and Whitehall I didn't hear, and I just recently heard that Parkland and Northampton did not play tonight as well. Obviously with the weather forecast and the expected rain. And so far, so good. Dennis Ramella, I know, is one happy athletic director, and he's going to squeeze out yet another half. Their thinking here was that tonight would have been the best field position with, with all the rain that is projected through tonight and then into tomorrow. The field is only going to get a little sloppier, and it didn't rain till late today. So far, so good with a good call there. 6-3 Golden Hawks.
They have a real good drainage system here, Mikey. You can tell that good crown on the field that, Dennis was really counting on that to help him there, and they've really been successful here so far tonight.
Looking ahead to Saturday, our programming, once again, Jim and I will be live over at Steel Field and the campus of Moravian College. Susquehanna and Moravian live at 1 o'clock. We'll replay this one at 4:30. And then, weather permitting, once again, same night coverage at 9:30 of the Penn State Collegiate National Track Cycling Championships, which are taking place at the Velodrome in Trexlertown. Colonial League action tonight, and heading into week number 3, Northern Lehigh, Saucon Valley, and Northwestern. All 2-0. Your games tonight, Salisbury at Caddy, Notre Dame at Northwestern. I understand that game. They moved up to a 5:30 start, so they're about finished and in the house. Good move there, and in their effort to get that game in tonight, Bangor at Palmerton, Northern Lehigh at Palisades, Penorgel at Southern Lehigh. One Saturday game in the Colonial League, it will be Saucon Valley at Wilson, and again, very much up in the air as to whether they will play that one. The quad captains for each team now once again meeting out at midfield with referee John Gerbino.
Interesting to see what takes place and the changes that come out of halftime. I think Coach Sonnen has to be pleased with the effort he got in the first half. Probably a little disappointed with one or two things, but I think better than last week. He got a lot better offensive consistency. I think that Coach Baudelaire, you're right, Mike, when he called that timeout, they've been a different team since that timeout.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, is during that drive, the Golden Hawks made some mental mistakes with turnovers and maybe lost some momentum with it. This game very much about swings and momentum, and it really appeared that, Emmaus may have had the better emotion at towards the end of that first half. We'll see how it plays out. We knew this one was going to be a hard-hitting football game, and it has been exactly that.
Well, the other thing that's good, that they took almost 8 minutes off the clock on that drive as well, so it kept the ball out of the hands of Atia and the Becca offense, which has had some great performances tonight out of Newell and out of, obviously, Corey McFadden in the backfield, but that one drive when they hit Newell on 2 different pass patterns, they were really rolling on that one. Probably their most consistent drive of the year.
I want to thank both athletic directors at these 2 schools. For Emmaus, of course, Dennis Ramel and Bob Buckvix over at Bethlehem Catholic. Great help and support. And once again, remind our listeners and our viewers, exciting month coming up in October. We will debut our first Lehigh Valley sports scene show, a nightly recap, Monday through Friday, half-hour show, all sports. And we will try and cover them all. We'll have more on that exciting new venture for 2 Sports, Service Electric Cable Television, coming up the first show on October 4th. Hoder's kicked in. They try to keep it away from Hirsch, and that's a pretty smart thing. Chris Bray, a capable returner as well. He's to the 50 and lost the football. It's still loose, and the Green Hornets have it. I think number 50, Cortland Schenkweiler, there to fall on it. But Chris Bray had some more room to run.
He's just trying to make his last move to the outside, but in that happening, the ball came loose.
I don't know if
and you're right, Schenkweiler came up with it.
I don't know if someone pulled it out or not, Jim. Yeah, right there.
Number 17, Dylan Cacciatore, puts his hand in there, gets a hold of that, knocks it out. There you're going to see it come flying out. Number 33 had it at first, Mike Bishop, but he couldn't hold on as his momentum was taking him too fast.
From the I formation, a broken play, Brushko trying to make something out of it, back to the line of scrimmage and maybe a half-yard gain. Always surprising, Jim. You had all halftime to talk about that play, and you come out and you have a missed assignment.
That's exactly right, Mike.
That's what the coaches are thinking.
Oh,
too.
yeah, exactly. Well, another thing that we talked about at the end of the first half, Jake Smith out of the ball game, now on crutches on the sideline for Emmaus. So that's one person that Coach Baudelaire, you see him there with the ankle taped up, that Coach Baudelaire will truly miss on the inside.
Big guy, 5'11", 267, senior, and we just hope that he can return before year's end. 2nd down, 10. Play action off Germani, and they look to throw it back, but they're not going to get away with it. Right in position was number 26. Matt Rice, and that is the first turnover of the year committed by Emmaus.
Well, we talked about those defensive ends doing a good job. Newell from the one side, here he comes. You're going to see Newell, he's got to put his hand up, and I think Brushko just got a little bit too anxious and threw that ball too early. And that is one of the easiest interceptions that Matt Rice is going to have all year.
You know, that's twice here tonight, Jim, that Beca defenders have really done a nice job in their weak side support. Penalty marker down on this play as McFadden breaks out into the secondary, gets it inside the 35. I think this one might be against BC, and a team that did a nice job in that department in the first 2 games now again shooting themselves in the foot with what appears to be a penalty. Painful. Well, and it was Newell down here at the bottom of your screen. Didn't get set properly to begin with. I'm not so sure that's all on Newell. I think you have to be a little more patient there, you know, at the quarterback and make sure everybody's set, especially a wideout. Kyle just went up there, and you're in no man's land there. You check with the official, which he did. Then he saw he was a little bit too far up and backed up, and they snapped the ball out while he was doing it. I'm not so sure that's all on Kyle Newell. Split backs behind Atia. Quickly guns it out to big number 84. And they'll get him down one-on-one. Nice open field tackle by Chris Bray.
Chris Bray having himself a nice ball game here. That time went down low. We talked about that in the first half. You got to go down low if you're going to attack Newell. You're going to see Bray zeroes in. Nice job of wrapping up.
Yeah, watch him. He actually wraps up the legs, and you just hang on. Look at the difference in size. And a nice effort by Bray. 2nd down. They need 14.
As we've talked about, highly touted by most Division I programs.
Yeah, the team is looking to go to Kyle Newell once again. This time the coverage a little bit closer. Cesar Natali, number 55 on the tackle, defensive lineman.
Becca hoping that one of these times Emmaus bites on those fakes so they can send somebody deep, but so far, good job by the defensive secondary of Emmaus.
Green Hornets have 62 in uniform, 17 seniors and 18 juniors. Big sophomore class with 26 of them.
Coach Baudelaire telling us about that freshman group, Mike, sounds real exciting.
Yeah, they have a good program. Atia has Newell, who makes the catch. That's good for a 1st down and more. 3rd down conversion for the Golden Hawks to keep the drive alive.
Probably the biggest key for that whole situation was the blocking of the offensive line. You're going to see Atia gets a lot of time back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6 seconds back there. And when you give him that much time, you're going to be able to spot that big number 84. Get him the ball.
One of the problems the Hawks have had this year, they were just 3 of 19 in their third down attempts coming into this game. That's just 16%. That obviously a big down, Jim, where you keep drives alive, and they did not do a good job in their 2 first game losses against North Hills and North Penn.
Let's go, team!
Clock running now under 9 minutes. Hawks up 3 and looking for more. This coming after the interception by Matt Rice right at about midfield. McFadden was looking to go inside, spins out of one tackler but into another. Radkowski, Brusco, and Reese all getting a part of that action defensively.
Brusco coming back to try to make up a little bit for that interception here. Does a nice job of hitting and wrapping up. You're going to see that the offensive line is not giving them what they were giving him earlier.
No gain on first down. Hawks do have a couple of injuries to some younger players that we're not seeing tonight. Play action, and Atia, no time at all. Good coverage in the secondary. And the sack to Brian Reese, along with Kyle Kozak. Kozak's only a sophomore, 6'3" and 192. He wears number 85.
Well, it's a good thing they got to him because Cacciatore was open downfield, but the difference between one player and the other, no time. As you see, Emmaus puts a lot of pressure on Alex Atia.
Let's go, team!
Reese, a two-way starter and having a nice football game. Loss of 6, and it'll make it 3rd and 16. Hawks very close to 4 down zone. And Atia will work out of the shotgun for one of the rare times tonight. A late delayed blitz. This one hangs on Atia. And it's misplayed and caught. Making the reception, number 82, Brian Phelan. Then Phelan is down inside the 10. So many times, Jim, when you see those balls underthrown,
you're going to see a defensive play. It was just a fly pattern downfield, and you can see number 24 go up in the air. Drew Culp got a piece, but not enough.
Yep. Tipped it with his left hand.
Great concentration by receivers tonight. We've seen some great plays. Phelan showing you one again.
That is the toughest catch you'll ever have to make. A ball deflected like that, out in no man's land. Hawks threatening, up 3.
That's the exact same area, Mike. It had that play.
I was going to say,
the first quarter.
Yeah, exactly. Ball bounced Emmaus' way, maybe in the first quarter. In this third quarter, it goes to the Golden Hawks. Second down goal from the 1. There's a penalty marker down. That's Telly Klados scoring the touchdown, but we'll wait for the officials.
Telly Klados had a couple of good gains in the first half. Another penalty against the Golden Hawks.
So it cost the Hawks 6 momentarily anyway. Green Hornets trying to make defensive changes and now have 11 out there. Split backs. This time now from the 5 on 2nd and goal. Klados once again on the carry. And it'll bring up a 3rd down. Becca has really made it a lot harder on themselves with the penalties.
And that's what Coach Sonnen talked about, consistency. You want to see consistency on both sides of the football. Has been seeing a lot of it defensively, but offensively, not there all the time.
Chuck Sonnen also spent some time over at Liberty High School as an assistant. Oh, looks to be spotted at about the 3. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Bailey, lost the football, and Emmaus has recovered. Number 70, Brian Reese. Don't know if something happened there, and it just looked like it was a missed handoff. Bailey, who had not, I don't believe, had a carry prior to that attempt in this football game.
We're going to take a look at it right here. See Atia pivoting. It just drops the football, Mike. Yep. Just drops. Never got a hold of it. Never had it from the beginning. You're going to see, look, he has it. Both hands.
Well, you know what, Jim? I know the one thing you're taught as a running back, that left arm's supposed to be up. You know, he didn't leave a pocket there for Atia to get the football in there. Something I know the coaching staff will look at. Reese, the beneficiary, it remains 6-3. As the Golden Hawks making costly mistakes, and keep in mind they had a touchdown called back because of procedure.
So you see the turnovers. Becca with 2 now. Emmaus with 1, but very, very pivotal, that second one.
Green Hornets now will just try to improve their field position to start. Down 6-3. Rushko to throw. Looking to Bray. He was well covered. Pump fakes and gets away. Intended for Hirsch. And falls incomplete. Pretty good effort by Brushko.
I was going to say, Mike, he had a couple different options there. That's the best he's done all night as far as looking away for different receivers.
Hirsch's older brother, Mike, a good golfer here at Emmaus High School. Now in the business, as a matter of fact. Working as an assistant to Rick Roundsville at Bully Rock, which is located just outside of Delaware in Maryland. Great golf course. Brushko to throw. Under some duress and airs it out downfield. Coverage very good by number 40, Crivellaro, intended for Hirsch once again.
It's a nice pass, but you did not have it. Well, it gets hit very late as well, but good pass down there, but a little bit too far. Shows you he has the power to throw it downfield.
Brushko in punt formation, and they may have gotten a piece of that one. As it'll take an Emmaus bounce outside the 40. I don't know if they got a piece of it. That was number
19, Ken Longenacre.
Longenacre, if he didn't get a piece of it, certainly forced a bad effort.
Nice size, 6'2", 200. Gets all that 6'2" up in there. Oh, if he would have came in at a different angle, Mike, he would have had that perfect.
Yeah, he actually got blocked.
Like overran it just a little bit.
You saw that little piece of the turf that was picked up there. Miss Ramella told us earlier that all the players were required to replace their divots today.
Tighter, Chris! Tighter! Tighter, Chris! Tighter!
I'm sure he's happy the way it's turned out weather-wise so far. We won't discuss it. Here's McFadden and finds nowhere to go. Hit by 2-3. And now even 4 Green Hornet defenders.
Once again, though, this Emmaus defense has been out on the field an awful long time, Mike, and giving up, field position has been very good for the Hawks.
Back to the line of scrimmage.
Look for Coach Kendra to exploit Newell one of these times coming up here soon.
Man, looks like they might have him back at that tailback. There he is. My goodness, what a large tailback he is. Look at him.
Can't miss him.
You can talk to the line. Hey, Derek,
Total frustration for the Becca coaching staff at this point. A little frustrated myself because I want to see him run from that position.
Absolutely. I want to see him toss it to him, too. You know, you missed last Saturday night's game with Mount Carmel. They had two 6'4" running backs, and it was refreshing. I mean, you see them 5'10", 5'11" guys all the time, even 5'8". You know, it was neat to see some bigger backs, big strides. And, oh, they were two ghosts. They were terrific. Speaking of the shorter version, here's McFadden breaking into the secondary. And he's back to the original line of scrimmage, plus a couple. Brought down by DeBellis. Derek, number 33, the strong safety.
Only a junior. You see the offensive line doing a nice job. Look at the size of that hole he's got to run through in the middle. McFadden reminds you a lot of one of their backs from yesteryear.
Packers are going to have to bump the Twins.
You gonna guess who that is?
Bump out the Twins.
I'll give you the first name, Tim.
Barlock.
Yes.
There's a bunch of them, boy. I tell you, they have had their share of outstanding running backs. McFadden weaving his way, spins out of a tackle, and they've got a first down. Excellent effort by McFadden.
Only needs a little hole, makes everything else happen for him. You're going to see fullback Kelly Clados do a nice job running up in front. See him make a good block up top. Just give him that inch, and he's out there, and he can do a lot of things on his own.
I like the way he heads up off that block. He turned, you know, a lot of backs tend to run to the sidelines. He turns it up where that hole is. That's a heck of an effort by this Hawk offense. Once again, able to overcome some mental mistakes. Split backs behind Atia. He will pass. Nearly picked off, and it is. It's Tyler Hirsch.
Played that perfectly. They tried to throw that pass to Nate Hoder underneath again. This time Hirsch was laying back there, made his break. Picture perfect play for a defensive back. See Atia here throwing a lot off his back foot. But you're also going to see times it perfectly. Look at time right there on the spot, and a heck of a catch. Was ready to drop it, Mike, and pulled it in.
Well, you know, it was interesting last year when, you know, Hirsch went down to that injury, and I know I keep talking about it, but Coach Baudelaire says, man, Mike, he said, we lost a very valuable player to our system. He's, you know, he's a leader. He does little, you know, and he does it by his play. Just again, I mentioned the punt return, kick return, defense. He's an offensive player. He's a guy they need in uniform, and he's proving it here once again tonight. Turnover, third one of the game against BC. Time running down third quarter. We remain 6-3 Becca. Mike Bishop on the carry. Germani, who's been pretty well held in check here tonight. He had 7 carries for just 15 yards in the first half. Once again, wrestled down maybe after a gain of 3 yards.
Well, Coach Roeder, the defensive coordinator for Becca, has to be pleased with his containment so far by his defense tonight of Germani.
I formation this time, Germani, and he lost the football. Looked like there were a couple of white jerseys in position, and there were. Number 26, Matt Rice. He has an interception and now a fumble recovery. It was Matt Kushner, number 77. See if we can pick him up, Jim. That gets it, strips it free.
You see, it gets that hand right in there. There it is. Pops it out. And another turnover. Turnovers now. Becca 3, Emmaus 2, but once again, the turnovers in a pivotal position give the Hawks great field position.
On the 26 or 27 yard line of Emmaus. They go to McFadden. Boy, those yards are starting to get a little tougher in between the tackles in this game.
I'll tell you, Mike, I feel the time for Coach Kendra to pull off some maybe halfback pass.
Well, you know, I think it's important to know, too, that...
I can feel it coming.
Yeah, you know, Alex Attia coming into the program, this is first year, you know, they need a little time. Attia is a junior. Correct myself, they have him listed as a sophomore. It may take a little time to get things on the same page. Here's McFadden with a full head of steam. And he's knocked down by Morrissey, who's a little slow in getting up. That's going to bring up a 4th down. 3rd down, correct myself. 3rd and short.
See a quick pitch on the outside. They don't get the blocking off the end, which they need to get again.
And they will let the time run down. This will do it for period number 3. A scoreless 3rd quarter. It remains 6-3 Becca.
Looking for that special corporate award or trophies for your championship team? Then contact the experts at C.J. Wagner's and experience the warm, friendly, and personable service that only Rick and Lois offer. From state-of-the-art engraving to the very latest in recognition awards, Rick and Lois will create that exclusive item just for your group and at a cost that fits into your budget. See for yourself why companies, youth associations, leagues, and schools from throughout the Lehigh Valley regularly shop at C.J. Wagner. And you'll be pleased to know that rush orders are our specialty.
You know, we talked about Becca playing 5 of their next 6 at Bethlehem Area School District Stadium. Works the other way for Emmaus. They've played their first 3 at home, including this one. They're on the road next week at Nazareth. Return home for Freedom. Then out of their last 6 games, 4 of them on the road. McFadden knocked down by Hirsch coming up from the cornerback position. They move it inside the 20, and the Hawks will probably go here on 4th down for the season. They have converted 2 times in 5 attempts on 4th downs. Big play early in this 4th quarter, leading by 3. It is the fullback, number 46, Klados, and he has enough for a 1st down. Ryan Reese, number 70, eventually on the tackle.
Sorry, Mike. Klados did a great job here in the second half. You're going to see he's been giving out some good blocks, but this time he's the recipient of some good blocks by the left side of the offensive line. You can see that they really opened up a hole for him.
Matt Kushner, number 77, one of them leading the way on that left side.
Along with Drew Fantasia, number 66.
He's the center. Mike LaBar also on that left side. Number 54 is the left guard. Score here would go off a long way for BC. Klados outside and very near another 1st down as he weaves his way inside the 10.
Good job by Corey McFadden. Just giving a nice little shield block. Gave Klados just enough to bounce it outside. You're going to see here McFadden, little shield there. That's just enough. Also a nice block by the tight end, number 80, Nate Hoder.
Klados, a junior, having his best game by far. He only had 3 carries for 6 yards coming into this one and getting more than his share. He's already had a touchdown called back on him as well. Attia, the quarterback keeper, needed a yard for a 1st down. Of course, they have a couple more to work with. I don't know that he was able to move anything there. They only needed a yard.
You see a nice job by Emmaus coming in and plugging that hole very quickly.
Cesar Natali, number 55. That's a football play by number 55. Senior 5'10", 247. This time they hand it off. Klados. He is in for a touchdown, and this time there are no markers on the play.
Telly Klados bounced to the outside once again. Good job by the left side of the offensive line. We portrayed that a couple minutes ago. You're going to see another great job. See that? All that offense. Look at the seals that are getting done in there. That's the key to get things done, along with Kyle Newell out there at his wide receiver position, giving him enough blocks to spring him to the outside.
First touchdown of the year for Klados, and I believe his first in his varsity career. He is a junior, as I mentioned, and having his finest moment in a varsity uniform. Hoder on for the point after. Delay of the game. Oh. Well, you know, Hoder is also the tight end and a position player, and I'm not so sure that I'm going to report from the truck that he changes it. He uses a kicking show. And that takes a little time, so good eye by our guys there. Obviously, he was in there for the touchdown and needs to get over there in a hurry. So, and now they'll go for it. Throw it to Newell. I correct myself, that's number 44, and the two-point conversion is good to John Lucent. The pass by Matt Check, the reserve quarterback.
Well, Matt Check smartly, the holder, gets a hold of that snap, picks it up. And Lucent has been an outstanding defensive player this whole game. Nice job with the two-point conversion.
Yeah, I don't know if that was by design or not. Let's take a look at the touchdown first, and you know that was by design.
Yes, it was. Great job once again. As you see, Newell gives him that final block to spring him to the outside. You can see that left side of the offensive line. Look at the seals there. Nobody gets a hand on him till the end.
It's the way you draw it up.
Snap was low, but it looks like, Mike, I think that was
designed, yeah. They're squeezing it inside the pylon.
Good job by Check.
Yeah, that was pretty well defended. Threw it out there where only his guy could get to it. 14-3, Beca. And now not time becoming an issue, as Emmaus needs 2 scores. Into the end zone for a touchback. Good kick by Hodor.
Defensive coordinator Jason Roeder there doing a good job with that defense. First year at the helm.
Klados' 5-yard touchdown run, capping a 9-play, 27-yard drive. Taking 3:43 off the clock. So this time the Golden Hawks able to cash in on an Emmaus fumble.
A lot of turnovers in the ball game, pivotal at certain times, so that's what really hurt them.
Rushko to throw on first down, too tall, intended for Tyler Hirsch.
Important now with 9 minutes, a little over 9 minutes to go, to not rush the issue. Take your time.
Yeah, there are no 11-point plays in football. They need to just, try and work it down there, try and get a score. They take care of that first. Sweep to Germani. And came within a tackler or two of breaking that one for even more yardage. First real time, number 22's been able to find some running room. He rushed, excuse me, Jim, for over 1,300 yards last year in 10 games. Dennis Ramella, thank you very much. Good call tonight, partner. Yeah, he had that rain suit on earlier, but he's been able to get rid of that. And we were all doing a rain dance earlier. Pretty good soaking prior to the game, but it has been rain-free since kickoff. Brushko on 1st and 10. Germani once again. 2 hands on the football. He's into the secondary. Germani into Golden Hawk territory. And the Green Hornets are back in business. Down near the 25-yard line.
Nice job by Germani getting in the open field. Now they're getting them through the line. Now they're opening up some holes. You're going to see here, big hole right up there. Good job by Germani, realizing where it came from. Nice blocking on the inside of the offensive line. Once he gets into the secondary, shows you some great speed.
Good effort by Schenkweiler there in particular, number 50, the right guard. And good hustle back and a good angle picked out there by Sal Crivellaro. 1st and 10. Emmaus. Bray the motion man. Counter is to Germani. We're in once again the Green Hornets with a little more sense of urgency. At least it appears that way from up top.
A little bit more hop in their step, Mike. It seems like their blocking schemes up front have been a little bit more crisper here in this drive, giving Germani some openings that they haven't been giving him for 3 quarters.
Exactly. Gain of 5. 2nd and 5. Germani once again. And breaks through an opening on the left side. He's to the 5. Germani, touchdown!
Well, just as we said, they had him bottled up. That bottle opened up, and with a vengeance, it has opened up as he has made some great runs on this drive. Makes a great stutter step to elude a defender at about the 10-yard line, and then just goes in for the score.
Well, we talked about the young man in the opening, and he's the guy that they need to have play successfully. 318 yards on the season, including a touchdown. That his 2nd marker of the year.
He
and
said
it's a 5-point
last
game.
Week, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. At the end of the game, a 5-point game. I would think they have to go for 2 here. And they will. Germani, the deep back, behind Rutkowski. And it is Germani once again. Wrapped up and he won't get there. Fumbled. Brushko might. Nice defense. Great team defense by the Golden Hawks. Matt Kushner credited with the tackle. And may have been shaken up a little bit. Big man has logged a lot of minutes tonight on a very hot, muggy evening.
You see a nice job as he gets through the line. Now, where do you see this move right in there? There it is. Gets that stutter step move. Once again, another one as he gets a good block from Hirsch out front there as well, number 3. As you watch it, once again, it comes through the line. There's one move. Here's the other one right here. Goes right behind Hirsch. Uses his blockers very well. Hirsch gives a good shield off of number 40. Crivellaro, and the touchdown.
All the great running backs do, don't they? They have that good vision. They're able to set up their blocks. Sparse crowd here tonight, as you might expect. And then a lot of folks realized there was going to be football played tonight, but boy, have we got a good one.
We'll take a look at the extra point here. He gets stuck in the line. You're going to see he's going to turn himself around. Ball's going to come flying out here. He tries to pitch it back. Gets it back there, but not going to work this time for the Green Hornets.
Got to watch that, too. The defense can pick that up and scoot it down the field for some points of their own. Fortunately, Brushko was there to pick it up. There you get a look at one of the good ones here in the Lehigh Valley Conference. 2nd touchdown of the season. Most importantly, his team back in this football game. Short kick. This is Bailey, and he is lightning in a bottle. Look out. And he is brought down at midfield. Chris Bray perhaps saving a touchdown. Bailey had a couple of big returns you'll remember last year. I remember against North Penn early in the season.
He's got some tremendous speed, and you're going to see him use it here. He's only got one man to beat, and you got to credit very much Chris Bray. That open field tackle, Mike, very tough as he hangs on.
I don't know that anybody else was going to get him. Well, the Hawks right back at midfield, just inside Emmaus territory. Germani's 20-yard run, capping a 5-play, 80-yard effort, 1:47 time of the drive. Here's McFadden trying the left side. Stepped out of a tackle and does a terrific job to get it now near the 40. Boy, we're seeing some good football now. Brought down by Bray. And there's an injured player across the way.
I think we have a cramp, Mike.
Timeout on the field. I want to once again thank ABE Doors and Windows for their sponsoring high school football here on 2 Sports. This timeout brought to you by ABE Doors and Windows. 7:22 to go, 14-9. Lehigh Valley Conference opener for both teams. Third year for the conference, and just a little history or background, if you will. You'll recall the first year there was some discrepancies by fans, I think, more than anything. They had a meeting and they determined that the league was back together a lot faster than what folks had envisioned. There were contracts out there for teams, so your conference champ was determined by who went furthest in the district tournament. Probably shouldn't have given a league championship out. Last year they had 2 divisions, Northampton division and the Lehigh division, and they just had a winner in each one of them. Easton and Parkland, your respective winners. This year, as they get closer to being able to play one another and, you know, have a full schedule for all the teams, it'll be a 12-team circuit, just one standing, one division, and the team with the best record wins. You could have, you know, dual champions. And again, not everybody's going to play one another. It's not going to be a perfect science once again. But, you know, I don't know, Jim, as you look the way the game has evolved, you know, through the 90s and now into the early 2000s, it's, you know, the district championship is the one, and, you know, to get you into the state tournament and go on and play for the states. That wasn't that way back in the 90s and even late 80s. The state tournament only started in the late 80s.
It's a whole different set of rules now,
yeah,
Mike.
It really
it's
is.
all based on that, getting to that district tournament berth, you know, and going back to that point.
Yeah.
That's why the first couple of games, a lot of these people are playing teams from other ends of the state, Cumberland Valley, playing Parkland. Those kind of things are the things, so you get a look at them early, get a look at the competition around the rest of the state, and then come back in your league.
Well, and, you know, just looking ahead, you could very realistically see an open playoff format before it's all over, where, you know, you have just, you know, 8, 9, 10 teams qualify for the district tournament. Play some games against one another, jockey for position, and have, you know, maybe 10 play one. You know, that might be down the road. I might be ahead of myself, but you could certainly see that that kind of a playoff system could be taking place. McFadden could not escape the tackle of Hirsch, who eventually gets a little help from number 24, Drew Culp. This is the part of the game where, and we mentioned the weather, we never got the rain, but we certainly do have some heat and humidity.
Tyler Hirsch doing a nice job coming up from that D-back position. See, he hangs on, takes McFadden down.
Clock running,
right,
6
Mike,
minutes.
I can see the day when it comes to an open tournament.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Well, you know what? You have some certain schools right now in the Colonial League that are getting awfully big. You know, they're 3A now, and looking, their enrollments are, you know, the Northwestern, Southern Lehighs. There's McFadden. Hirsch saves a touchdown.
I think what Coach Bottolari is going to be a little upset about is Emmaus has gone back, although there is a flag on the play, but Emmaus has gone back to a little bit sloppy tackling here up top, Mike, and not really getting down low.
My goodness. That is a big one. This is an opportunity, if you're Becca, if this play stands, to put this football game away. And that is a big one from the spot of the foul. I'm not sure if that was the area right there, if that was the call that was made. I think it was. My goodness. Instead of first down, where was that? Inside the 10. You now have 2nd and 19. Back on the 44. You know, Jim, you look at it, you can ill afford, and Becca's done it a lot tonight to have those kind of exchanges. Here's Newell. Takes 3 green jerseys to get him down. They run him out of bounds. He's back somewhere near the original line of scrimmage.
Well, you'll see a lot of frustration, and as you said, Mike, about the consistency is the thing. Now, they run some great plays like this. They get that ball out there, Atia quickly to Newell, and you're going to see him get gets ridden out of bounds. Might have been a face mask there. Not might have. Definitely was a face mask. But, you know, they'll run something good like that and then come back with a procedure penalty to come back with too many men on the field. They had 2 of those penalties tonight with illegal substitutions. That's the thing that coaches are really looking for, consistency.
A tee on 3rd down. McFadden nowhere to go. My goodness, what a wonderful defensive effort by Nicholas Martignetti, a reserve linebacker, 5'9", 185, and a senior. That a big play.
You see him come shooting that gap there, puts helmet on helmet, and does not let him go. You're going to see him come through, right through the gap. Number 4. You see him come right through there, head on head. Grabs that shoulder pad from behind, pulls him down.
Well, this is an interesting call right now, and it looks like the BC team is just going to take a penalty here, as they are making no effort to try and run a play. I think they're going to take a penalty and then punt it away. Certainly want to give Emmaus the longest field that you possibly can. And it is a delay of the game.
You commented what a great punter that Nate Hoder is. Last week, 5 punts, 47, 46, 43, 42, and 27 yards, and twice pinned North Penn inside the 10-yard line last week.
Green Hornets on the road next week against Nazareth. They'll return home to play Freedom. 2 on the road at Deerhoff and Allen. Their 2-week stay at J. Bernie Crum Stadium. Home with Whitehall, at Parkland. Home with Central to end the regular season. Hurst alone back to receive, standing at his own 10. Hoder goes over the head of Hurst. And finally, we've seen a guy inside the 10 wave it off and let it go in the end zone. Jim, I am amazed anymore at how many players try to field the ball inside their own 10.
We've seen a lot of that, Mike. You're right.
Sure have.
Not a smart play.
So depending on how you want to look at it, the Emmaus defense holds or the Becca offense bogs down due to penalties again. They had it inside the 10 with an opportunity to put it away. And because of that, Emmaus gets the football back with 4:41 to go and down 5. 80 yards in front of them.
Once again, I think we're going to see a heavy dose of number 22, Jamie Germani.
Yeah, that's plenty of time. Split backs along with Greg Rutkowski. And it is Germani on 1st down. And a good gain.
Let's go. Keep running.
Right now, the game for Emmaus rides on the shoulders of this offensive line.
Kushner on the tackle. There is an injured Golden Hawk, and that might be Kyle Knoll. That could be Kyle Knoll, and right away I think you'd have to think of that right ankle. He's held up pretty well. And it's gonna, you just get the sense that it's one of those deals that could use a little rest.
Let's go,
It
David!
is the right ankle, high ankle sprain, and I think he might have just tweaked it a little bit. He's got a little...
Come on,
little pitch in his giddy up, if you will. Let's see if we could see anything. He took a pretty good hit there.
I think his legs are pretty far apart, Mike, which is going to be trouble for that ankle area.
Yeah, and then there were some bodies flying around that lower part as well. Here's Germani. He's got an opening. Look at him battle for 3, 4, and 5 extra yards. 1st down, Emmaus.
Vintage Jeremy Germani.
That's like that drill you see during two-a-days. Crabbing along for extra yards.
Yep, keeping that balance. Put that arm out there. Hold yourself up.
Look at that. 3 times he put that right arm down. 1, 2, 3 times to thrust himself forward, out across the 40 or right at the 40. He's at it again. Slipped in the backfield and is wrapped up by Matt Kushner.
Kushner did a great job there from his defensive end position. Once again, Newell is still in the ball game now, Mike. So both defensive ends for Becca are in. Probably two of the best defensive ends around.
Yeah.
Definitely two of the biggest. There's no doubt about that. That can't be questioned.
Kushner 6'4", 255. Newell 6'5", 230. Tough to throw over as well as Grushko tries to do just that. He's got Tyler Hirsch. They need to get to the 50 for a first down. They might have it. Corey McFadden now defensively to make the tackle.
Good three-step drop by Grushko. Gets that ball out to Hirsch, and Hirsch just lunges over to get that first down. Coach Baudelaire there on the sidelines. This is a big game for both teams.
It certainly is. Regular season opener in LVC play, and now there's a whistle.
Good job, Donnie.
Movement against the Green Hornets. They'll throw on 1st and 15. Grushko over the middle has Morrissey. He's got a first down. Morrissey caught a pass earlier in the game on a similar play.
I was going to say they've been very successful with that fullback dragging across the middle, Mike. Here he rolls to his left. Morrissey goes right down the middle of the field. Good receiver for a fullback.
Morrissey on the year had 2 catches for 52 yards and has a touchdown, so that's not a surprise. He is a part of their passing package. Delay. Ball came loose, and the Hawks say they have it, and they do. Well, if it was penalties tonight for Becca, it was turnovers that plagued the Green Hornets.
Number 10, Matt Check, coming up with that fumble for the Golden Hawks.
See if it's ripped out of there or jarred out of there. A lot of traffic. Couldn't tell. Looked like somebody maybe got a helmet on it.
The helmet got up. You're right. Number 57, Joe Dancho gets his helmet there and pops it up as Matt Check recovers for the Golden Hawks.
Well, that's a new wave of defense that has been that way for about the last decade, and not just tackle, but look at him drive his helmet right up through the football. That's exactly how you're taught to do it. Tell you, as sloppy as this field is, there's got to be a laundry somewhere in the area going to make some money to clean them flags. We've seen a lot, huh? They've gotten a workout tonight.
Awful lot of penalties.